now give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation.
Thank you very much, Madam President. We thank the Special Representative of the Secretary-General on West Africa and the Sahel, Mohammed Anadif, for the information. Mr. Anadif, Russia welcomes your efforts to assist the countries of West Africa, the Sahel and the Lake Chad Basin in overcoming current difficulties. There can be no doubt that the results of UNOWAS's work are worthy of high esteem. We share the concerns about the dangerous challenges that face many countries of West Africa and particularly the Sahel. In this region, there is ongoing terrorist activity, as well as inter-ethnic and inter-community conflicts. Organized crime and drug trafficking are flourishing. During the second half of 2021, we received tragic information about the deaths of people as a result of bloodthirsty terrorist attacks and confrontations with fighters. We support all of those people who are leading the difficult fight against terrorism in the region. The situation from a humanitarian point of view remains difficult. The number of IDPs and people who need food aid has also increased seriously. Many schools and medical facilities have closed. All of this requires that the countries in the region, first and foremost the Sahel, redouble their efforts to re-establish effective state control and governance. Madam President, on the situation in Mali, we think that to fulfill the peace agreement, to eradicate terrorism, and to rectify the socio-economic situation, what is required is domestic political stability. Further instability can lead the country into an impasse. Let's show the worthy respect to our Malian colleagues and support their understandable efforts to establish order in their own country, relying on those partners who they consider the most appropriate to do so. Any double standards in evaluating this situation and attempts to make use of information that is not tried and tested, which unfortunately we've heard today, are completely unacceptable and are not worthy of such a state. The obligation of the transitional authorities to re-establish constitutional order should be fulfilled considering the realities on the ground. Of course, we would like the elections to be held on time, but we understand the difficulties that the Malian authorities are dealing with in preparing for those elections. We agree that without a return of state control to many regions of the country, it would be difficult to consider the results of the election entirely reliable. And this is a direct route to the latest round of political instability as happened in Mali after the elections last year. Returning to UNOWAS, we are convinced that the office faces a large-scale, complicated range of tasks, helping to resolve regional crises, participating in political mediation, providing assistance in strengthening state institutions and fulfilling the UN's comprehensive strategy for the Sahel, as well as providing coordination functions for other UN offices on the ground. The effectiveness of the office's work depends directly on how well established its cooperation is with other regional organizations such as the African Union, ECOWAS, the G5 Sahel, and the Lake Chad Basin Commission. On some questions, including the fight against piracy, issues in the Lake Chad Basin, and the demarcation of the border between Cameroon and Nigeria, what's required is coordination between UNOWAS and the UN's Regional Office for Central Africa. After the closure of the United Nations Integration Peacebuilding Office in Guinea-Bissau in 2020, the monitoring of the events in that country came within the remit of UNOWAS. In these conditions, we believe that keeping the sanctions, the Security Council sanctions on Bissau under Chapter 7 of the UN Charter, as are stipulated only when there is a threat to international peace and security, contradicts common sense, and we call for those sanctions to be removed. Thank you very much.
I thank the representative from the Russian Federation.